Junior year was when the pick-me act finally went too far. There was this girl, I'll call her Bella, who made everything about herself, and I don't mean in a subtle way. She cried loudly over sad commercials at lunch. Like full sobbing with her head on the table, she'd randomly shout things in the hallway just to see who would turn around. Once, she pretended to have a panic attack because another girl wore the same shirt as her. Most people fell for it. She had a whole group that treated her like she was fragile glass. I tried to ignore her, but we were both in choir, so that wasn't really possible. Then came the spring concert. About 20 minutes before showtime, all 100 of us were on the risers doing final run-throughs. Parents were already filling the auditorium. Programs rustling, people talking quietly, that pre-show buzz. Bella, of course, was front and center. Suddenly, the side door opened and her mom walked in, calm, focused. She went straight to our choir director and whispered something to him. He nodded, looked at Bella, and said into the mic, "Bella, can you come down, please?" The entire choir went silent. Bella stepped down, heels clicking. Her mom pulled her aside and quietly said a few sentences. And then Bella screamed. Not a gasp, not crying. A full horror movie scream that echoed through the entire auditorium. Parents stood up. Some freshmen started crying just from the sound. Bella ran toward the exit but collapsed after a few steps, wailing on the floor, repeating, "Oh my God," over and over. Her mom dragged her out through the side door. The whole thing lasted maybe a minute and a half, but it felt endless. Our director just stood there, stunned. Finally, he told us to take 5 minutes. Backstage, everyone immediately grabbed their phones. The group chat exploded. Someone messaged Bella directly. She replied 20 minutes later with, "Nothing will ever be the same," followed by, "Why couldn't it have been me?" Then she stopped responding. Rumors spread fast. By intermission, half the school thought her dad and little sister had died in a car crash. Others thought there'd been a house fire. With that kind of reaction, everyone assumed the worst. People started organizing, seriously organizing. There were shared docs for rides, schedules for sitting with her so she wouldn't be alone, even talk of meals and flowers. I didn't even like her, but I signed up too because whatever happened had to be awful. Before the concert resumed, our director gathered us in a circle and led a prayer for Bella's family. No one questioned it. We were all genuinely worried. The concert was a mess. Missed cues, forgot entrances. Nobody cared. Monday came. Bella wasn't at school. Tuesday, still gone. Wednesday, nothing. Then Thursday, a girl from our choir ran up to us at lunch out of breath. I figured out what actually happened. We leaned in. Bella's little sister had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Silence. That was it, not an accident. Not a death, not an emergency surgery. Just a scheduled appointment that evening to discuss a serious but manageable condition. People were furious. We'd cried, rearranged schedules, planned support for a tragedy that didn't exist. Bella came back to school the following Monday like nothing happened. She refused to talk about it, saying it was too painful. By lunchtime, the real reason had leaked in the group chat. She didn't get bullied, she got called out. People asked why she'd screamed like that, asked if she understood what real tragedy looked like. 3 weeks later, Bella transferred schools. Her sister, by the way, is completely fine. She plays varsity sports now. That was the moment everyone realized the act had finally crossed the line.